Yes. And it looks like we're live. Hi, everyone. I'll drop that one out. And it's Leanne Ros here. And if I'd remembered where we put the names up, I'd do it, but I've forgotten already.
I think
in the studio too.
I think it's on the
Where
bottom.
is it? Where the brush is?
No, I think it's like where you have us down in the screen down the bottom. I think there's a button there that you can, you know how in the lobby area?
Bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I think there's a button down there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got our little names above the windows.
Yep.
So there's mine, there's yours, and it's actually on
Look
the
at
right person.
Yay!
There we go. Oh, I've got to remember I'm on a wobbly table again still. Yes. So hi, Jessie Marie. We've got one person in commenting. Now, I'm assuming that is in the mytimetv.live because that's where everybody is meant to be. So if you're looking at this from any of the other cross-posted pages, which is my Ros Boundy page, my Hypnosis Plus with Ros page, your Psychic Medium with Leanne page, your
Body, Mind and Spirit.
Body, Mind and Spirit page, and
Live Hub.
Video Hub. We also do Live Hub. Yeah. So we've got it spread around a little bit by cross-posting, and thank you to the lovely Leanne for doing that because it's welcome. An area that I still keep forgetting how to.
Yeah.
So hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
So that's just a reminder to those who are elsewhere. Go and click on the mytimetv.live link or the photo that is the Tuesday Unshielded chat thing or whatever. Because of the studio, the Be Live back end of it, it's a little different when scheduling, so I'm still uncertain if it gets through the right way. So I'm hoping the more the merrier to see in our chat stream, because it really is something that, with chatting, you need others to do that with, and that's why it's us too, because I just love the way that we can get in here and we just chat.
Yeah, we bounce off of each other. It's great. I love it.
And I'm going to Nita. Hi to you, Nita. And that is responding very slowly. I'm actually going to take our names off because it looks like to me that it's actually pumped it up higher up the screen. Is that showing to you that way?
I think when you put the comment up, it moves our names up.
Skips it up. Yeah, but it doesn't go down again on not what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Oopsie. Now, I have got my iPad on here. I was going to just see if it was coming in. I was going to monitor it on that because my laptop computer is so slow this morning. I didn't do the right thing, and what was it I said? You've got to clear the cache and do all that sort of stuff, really, to get a good stream, and I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I was just saying that to Leanne behind the scenes first. Hi, Karen.
Hope you're well, honey.
And so some of those responses that you're going to get might be a bit slow because it's coming into my computer quite slow.
Yeah. Good morning,
which is why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Hello, you, Samara. Oh, yeah.
You can only
I'm well.
You can only do what you can do with technology.
Yeah. And good morning to Stacey. Did that show up? No,
it hasn't. Morning, honey. Beautiful. Look at that lovely beach you're standing on. Oh, I look forward to the warm weather.
I'll try. Oh, because on my back end, the little icon's like
it's tiny.
That small.
See, on my screen, it comes up bigger. It's great.
Does it? Yeah. Oh, so looking forward to getting back to having the Mac. It is quite a different experience. This here being a smaller laptop, it actually has impinged on the speed, especially this morning, especially because I didn't clear the cache out. Hi, Emily. And it is good morning here, wherever else anyone else is. Oh, I didn't click on the close it. It could be an evening or a night time or whatever, because we do have people from all over, don't we?
Yeah, so guys, don't forget to hashtag and let us know where you're from as well, because we love to know where you're coming from. Hey, Jody.
Yeah. Hi, Jody. So, yeah, do that and share with others if you know if they'd be interested in watching this, because we have fun doing these shows. Whoops, I've gone the wrong way. Now that's it. Now I'm just going to try this, so you can probably hear me typing, I don't know. I just found that little box at the bottom that's a chat thing. I'm wondering if that's where we can actually put it in and it shows up in our chat stream.
Possibly.
Have you seen that there before?
To the right-hand side?
Yeah. Oh, it actually does it as My Time TV.
Yeah.
Because that's how we're in here.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. That's that one. I just typed that in.
Oh,
I just
beautiful.
have to try new stuff. I hadn't seen that before.
We're still discovering, aren't we?
Yeah. Yes, there's always new things to try.
Yeah.
And we'd gotten up to Jody saying hi. And Stacey, you're actually in Robe, the southeast.
Wow.
I know where that is.
Yeah,
been there many times over the years.
I'd love to get back down that way. I haven't been there for, it must be about 15 years, I reckon.
Yeah. It'd probably be a bit longer than that for me, more than likely 20. I used to go down for church fellowship camps at the Desi Uniting Church campsite thing that used to be at that time. Hi, Nicole. How are you? And we've got Vicky. It came to mind as we were going, it's a wrong one.
Yeah,
the thing slipped as my mouse. You know how the time delay in clicking on the mouse?
Yeah.
And that wasn't Vicky. This is Vicky.
Funny Vicky. So, we got that.
I like the little bunch of flowers that are there.
It's cute.
Part of that stream. And Jessie is in Melbourne.
Hey, Jessie. Oh, lovely.
And Emily is Adelaide.
Just on the hill. Hey, Em.
And we have afternoon already in New Zealand. So
hi, Amanda.
Wonderful. Hi, Amanda. Yes. And we've got Douglas from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Beautiful. Hey, Douglas.
Thank you. And a great day to you too. So that would be afternoon, evening.
Behind us, yeah. Yep.
So you're in yesterday, which for us is still that's where the
I think they were probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock yesterday afternoon, evening, I should say.
And Montreal, Canada. And Vicky is Central Coast, New South Wales.
Beautiful.
And we've got Paula here. So hi, Paula.
Gorgeous. I hope you're doing well, honey.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't say hello to Shining Star. Just said where they're from. That's my dad. My dad.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Home in Adelaide in bed recovering.
Recovering.
I hope you get better soon.
Favorite holidays.
As far as recovering.
Yeah, sending lots of love and healing, honey.
Yeah. And I'm just noticing as I'm going through this list, now we're at Stacey, I'm just going backwards. This is just a little explanation of what sometimes is behind the scenes for those who are with us watching this live. We actually have time-stamp little messages that pop up as we click on the comments in the background. And recently they have been stuck on one time. They're actually showing up correctly this morning.
Yeah, it was working. I think Wednesday night it was working, but Tuesday night it wasn't. Wonderful. So, it was still 9:30 or whatever time it was Tuesday morning. That was still the same time Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah, so for last week on Tuesday it was still stuck, but Wednesday you had noticed. Okay, because I'm doing the daily, but I don't have as many commenting in the chat because I do the card reading first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I think that's on my Boundy page now. That's where I'm going to be doing them regularly.
Yeah.
Around 8 o'clock. So, anyone come in and say hello. But I just do that as a short session and not as readings like we do or the chat. But so I haven't actually had the chance to do the looky-see at the timestamp. So, hi, Karen. Oh, I've got other things happening on the iPad now. I might just turn it off. And... we've got questions coming already, so that's good. Keep it in mind. I'll go back to that anyway. So I'm getting it straight away, yeah. So, but anyway, we'll do that a bit later. And Stacey, thank you, lady. She has mentioned thank you, ladies. So that's great. Oh, I like this one. Got to put this one up there. I love those repeating numbers.
Oh, wow. 11, 11, 11.
11.
I love it. Yeah.
That is good.
You are obviously half an hour ahead of us, honey, because we're still 10:40.
Yes. So that's New South. I was just trying to roll back to see where Jessie's from in the list. And I'm trying to look for it, and I'll give up. Oh, you were on first on the list of what I've got here. Yep. Cool.
Beautiful.
Yep. At least I do have a nice mouse. It's got a nice little rollerball. It's very fast. Too fast sometimes.
Yeah, for the computer.
Yeah. So what's been happening for you lately, Leanne? Because I know I had to breathe deeply when I saw how slowly this computer was going. I thought, crazy.
Yeah.
No, technology. We're blessed to have it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And I think that's the thing. There is a lot of stuff going on at the moment. The universe still is going through massive stuff. So we are having to stop and breathe, because I think, and something that I thought about this morning was that we can quite easily get caught back up in old habits, old ways. So I want to say, do stop and breathe, like Ros said, because when we do that, we're stepping back out of that energy. Hey, Robin, I hope you're well, honey. Long time no see.
Yeah.
I agree. I only thought of you a couple of days ago, honey. You know, this stuff is coming up to test us. It's how we react. And, you know, I'm choosing to do what Ros said, stop, breathe, let that energy go, so we can move forward a lot lighter. I think we're in a real time of manifestation at the moment too. Feels like it.
Yes.
Me, it's been crazy. I'm cutting deer skins for the drum workshop in Broken Hill on the weekend, so I've got to breathe because I've only got 8 more sets to go. Takes a couple hours for each one.
Yeah, I was just thinking, because I have done, I'm just trying to close stuff, this back end stuff actually is important. It is the behind the scenes preparation that is important, and timely that you mentioned doing your deer skins for the drum workshop, because, like I didn't do the clear cache and restart the computer and all the rest, and it might be a bit faster, you just don't know, but it might be. But the amount of time that you need to allow for doing that sort of work behind the scenes, and how important it actually is to prepare it well. Otherwise, what you end up with in that on the weekend when you go to do your drums and you haven't got all the kit ready, all of the skins ready, the right tools and the right bits and pieces and all of them, because you're taking them up there.
That's it.
It's not like you can just go out and get more.
No, it's not just around the corner to come home and get it.
Yeah.
It's what, a 8-hour drive or something, I think, from here. 6, 7.
How important it is.
Yeah.
Like, do your stuff, and you've got your numbers set, you've got your full workshop, and you know what you're preparing, but it's still having to do all of that.
Yeah. And that's like, when you think about it, you got a couple hours of cutting and puncturing the holes and the sinew and everything like that. And then on top of that, you've got to allow soaking time as well, and that's a good 24 hours. So, I know I've got to have them in the water by I'm working on Thursday morning. And I've still got to cut. So
are you monitoring in the background on another screen or something?
No.
I've actually I tried, because part of that is why I was explaining that, and I'm hoping to heck that it's still continuing onward, because mine just dropped out. Uh-oh.
You did freeze, but you're back now.
My whole Google Chrome has dropped out. I've lost it.
Oh.
I don't know what it's doing. The whole thing I've got on top of my screen, Google Chrome not responding. The icon at the bottom dropped out completely. I have no idea what's happening with it in the background.
That's weird.
So this is interesting.
Can you not see the comments?
I put my iPad away because it was interfering. Well, it was annoying me that I get the notifications coming out. So I'm just going to bring it out again and see what's happening because I need to monitor it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's happening.
Are you still live?
I can't see. We are. Yes, it is saying that. So.
Whoops. I think you froze in for a sec.
I have got comments because I've got nothing. Hang on. It's just started again, I think. What's the last comment? I'd appreciate any guidance.
I think Robert saying hello was the last one I seen.
Wow. See, on the iPad, I've got someone has mentioned Robin's just mentioned we keep freezing. Well, there's something. I have had.
It's technology.
It is technology, and with all the stuff that's happening, Mercury's still in retrograde, isn't it? Or it's
I think
just
so.
on the calendar coming out of it.
One of them's in retrograde until September.
That would be one of the bigger planets if it's doing that. Mercury's only a 3-week stint.
It must be then
but it does have a
to the end.
Moving in and coming out of. Yeah. So it's like that. Just take the breaths, everyone. Yeah. Take the breaths. Okay, if we do drop out and it really does muck up, I'm not expecting that. It's not what my expectation is. We're going to have a nice time. I might not be able to pop up everybody's comments yet. I think, that was one of them that we had before. That was Robin's.
That was the last one we saved.
We got to about there that I put up. Yeah. And the rest are actually, what the heck? Okay, information here. It's a buck moon.
I haven't heard of it before.
What is a buck moon?
Yeah, I've never heard of a buck moon before.
Is that a typo? I'd be interested to know that one because I haven't heard of it either. Look, thanks everyone. I know that the audience that we get in here and chatting and watching are very understanding. Most of them are. I know there's been odd times where we've had a little irritation because we haven't chosen them for doing the readings. Well, that's the potluck, and I know I've explained that over time as well. So if it does freeze and we need to come back in on some other avenue or this again, just keep an eye out for it. That's all that we do. We're not going to get any flustering happening because of it, and we'll just keep on going. And what I'd do, I didn't have any sort of subject to come up with as far as how I pick from the bucket intuitively, whatever we have a chat about. We'll have it really.
Yeah.
It's the technology. It's I'd like to just sit and spend some time sitting at my window here and watching the birds in the trees. Good. That's what I'd like to do. Now, would you like to watch me just do that now?
Some reflection time. I'm jealous.
It's one of those things, look, and it comes to our choices in what we do. I mean, you are so flat out with some of the things that you've chosen to do, following what is actually your destiny in what gifts you have with your skills of your psychic mediumship and that. Mine's just growing and I just go with the flow. Yeah. I don't plan it. But we are so intent on being busy at times we forget to actually do that. Let's just sit and reflect. Let's just watch. Yeah. Take in what is around us, and in a way that's not just looking. It's and I suppose most people do know it's that part of that inner beingness that we actually feel that we're missing. And it's because we're not spending time with that inner being. We really do need to, don't we?
We do, and that's one thing I really miss lately as well. As much as I love being busy and I love what I do, at the same time, there is, like we were talking about, there is so much stuff going on behind the scenes to make all this the cog move sort of thing, that it is crazy. You forget it. I love the fact that I travel and stuff like that, but at the same time, I miss not being home as well with my family. So it's that balance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've I've got the ability now to choose whatever I feel like doing in the rest because I don't have family at home anymore. I left home a long time ago. And it's the freedom of choice in what I'm able to do. I can do that. And that's my, well, it's a blessing in a way, but it's also not because you can then choose, well, not choose. And sometimes going with the flow too much really does mean that there's things that I let slide that I should pick up or do that I leave till later that I miss out. Like, you know, all of that. It's all a balancing thing. And it really is, though, that have confidence, the knowing that what you are meant to be doing is what actually ends up happening regardless of what you do or don't do yourself in it, because we are on our own path that's been planned, that we have sorted out as our soul contract. You know, things like that. Don't let it worry you.
No.
We're doing what
we're just going to take it as they come. So, you know, and that's the thing. I think I've seen a question there. Oh, the full buck moon is named at the start.
I just saw that and I thought, oh, now you said you've seen a question there doing something.
I've seen a question there. Yes. I think it might have been Robin's question about her business. And I think sometimes we've got to just go with the flow and not stress, because that's when we're bringing that negative energy in. So, you know, it's important to look at the bigger picture and know what we're working towards and focus on that instead. So,
yes.
You know where you're heading.
It's being in tune with that soul, I suppose, and what we've, it is. It's discovering that. I thought I'd highlight this one, show it up, because we just want to know what the full moon is. So the full buck moon is named for the start of antlers on young bucks. Oh, right. It represents the conflict in your life between roots and change in direction. Are your roots holding you back from your potential? If so, consider the steps you can take in order to eliminate dead weight.
Perfect.
So that's almost unlearning what you've learned as behaviours in your youth and growing what you need to be learning into who you're becoming.
Yeah,
and get rid of dead weight.
That makes total sense with what we are needing to do this year, and it's about going with the flow, letting go of all those structures and stuff like that. So thank you, Robin, for sharing that. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I was just wondering, there was something else that I saw. Lois, as far as it was just as I was flipping through, you know how we really do like having a bit more of a detailed question if you're going to ask questions, wanting some guidance. Please do make it more detailed than just any messages. I mean, we can do that, but then it's a general. You know, it's just why. If you're wanting to know something specific, just ask and make it specific.
Yeah.
Type of thing. That right?
Yeah.
I figure it is. Yeah.
It sounds good to me.
Yep. I've got to stop pulling faces. I look back at these sometimes and you make that horrible
doing the same thing.
I just get another one. Well.
Things we do.
So, it's just fun.
It is. It's
that's the whole thing. If I wasn't having fun doing this, I would probably let it slide and not do them anymore.
Yep.
But it is fun.
I just like being natural. What we do is being us. We're not trying to be anybody else or, you know, put out that false thing. We're just, what you see is what you get with us.
Yeah, and I'm trying to not wobble the table too as I'm doing this, which is happening all the time because it's a fold-up.
Yeah.
And I'm actually trying to find, where was that first question that was asked? You know, I would think that people are really wanting to have some questions answered now. That they're actually, I'm just contemplating.
Grounding.
I need a break. Well, the brain does go too fast sometimes, and you sort of think, no, refocus. What was I saying? But it's, I don't know, where was it? Probably with the morning chat with Shaz, because of, you know, we still do the daily chats ourselves, you know, the FaceTime and all the rest. It was just comments that were made. I think we were sharing about doing live videos, and one of the things of the different ways that people do them, but using for the more formal produced style of video, which this will never be. I'll let anybody know. This one will not be a formal produced video. Using those scrolling teleprompters, the scrolling thing.
Oh, my God,
and it created more of a boring,
too
the style was too, it was too, like the tone of voice wasn't, it wasn't entertaining, it was just boring, was just the comment, and it was obvious that a teleprompter was being used. And I know that people do need to start somewhere to gain confidence, so I don't see a problem with that, but it's needing to move on from that and growing from it. That's why I never use it. But it is also why I do sometimes lose track, because, well, I'm getting to be an old lady. The brain just goes.
You're only as old as you feel, Ros.
I know that, but it's the perception that we all have around our own self of, where we think we are in our age, in our timeline in life.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're only as old as we feel, but it's not even that. It's there is no age. There actually isn't any age to the knowledge that we have, to the wisdoms that we can share. That's a timeless factor.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So, why are we putting such a big deal on the age? But it is, I do need to rearrange these thoughts. I might go out and look out the window. And I'm looking away from, I just noticed in our video, that means I'm actually looking away from you.
You are.
How rude.
Turning your back on me. Rude. Oh, hang on, I'll go the other way.
What is it, the body language? I've got to go like that.
Yeah.
And what I'm looking at
I'll turn at you and I'll look at you.
Yeah. I've got to go that way, which is entirely the wrong side of my face to be a production, isn't it? Like, and I've got pattern wall there that's, it's pretty patterns and everything, but it's not like the tree that's out there.
You haven't done your painting yet. Getting there?
Oh, that's in process. Each stage when doing the renovation stages is taking time, only because I'm not pushing it.
Yeah.
As in, I have to get it all done within a month. It's just going to take the time it does. And the painter I've chosen is away on holidays, so it won't be back till later, which unfortunately I must let Nick know. Not him. Anyway.
It is what it is.
Who. It is. So, it's the various steps. Electrician's half done, so needing to get that finished. So that'll be this week, and then the painting will be done, and then I'll go and actually measure properly the flooring stuff and see, and it comes down to what money I've got left and seeing what I can do this time and before I want to come into the house, having it done as much as I can, because it's a once-off opportunity.
That's it.
And that's where we need to take opportunities as they arise like that.
Yeah. You're more patient than I am. I want everything done last week.
And this is where the number of years I've been on this earth has taught me that it really is a matter of patience. Time actually is irrelevant, because things will happen when they're meant to. And that's the biggest lesson that I've learnt over time myself, is you just do need to learn that patience, and being aware that things will fall into the right slot at the right time. It really is like the jigsaw puzzle, and fitting those pieces together. Sometimes if we try to force the wrong one that's just not quite the right shape, we stuff it up.
Yeah, and that goes for love, everything, relationships.
So that's absolutely right. So I've just got to try and remember. I'm going to go
10:40 Nicole was your first question.
I was getting back to it. I'm trying to find it. I had it there, and then my finger moved on that really good wheel on my mouse. And
too fine-tuned.
Is it that one? That one.
Her son.
Hold on. Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. And this is where I will bring, I think, hopefully, I can bring my card camera in. And does it go straight to the screen?
Yes. Okay, look at that.
But which way does it do with the three-way? That way. Didn't like that.
If you keep flicking
so what I'm going
will
to
it
do,
change it?
I don't know. It's got the thread. This is the 4 options that show up. There's number 1. Here is number 2.
Yeah.
Here is number 3. And here is number 4. So what do we ask? Oh, and the other option, of course, is with doing that card table, it is
the full on.
The full on. Now, this is where it needs to be, I think probably, if it's relevant, I'll put the, the solo up, the big one.
Yeah.
If it's relevant. So I'll drop it. When I drop it down, it goes out of the screen again, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we'll leave it like that. and if I need to, I'll move that deck out and I'll pick that up because that's where I'll put the single card. And if you want one from that lot, you're just going to have to yell out. Or I feel intuitively that that's the one you're going to have. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh, dear.
You go with what works.
This one. Yeah.
For you.
And I know when we first went through the list, and that's the one I said, the first question. And first up, I feel, yes, it's going to go well. So what's your feeling on it now that we're going to spend a bit of time and I'll draw a card for this?
My feeling on what? The layout? Oh, the question. Sorry. I got distracted by something that come up on my screen. Okay, ladies, will my son's appointment and surgery go well? Yes, honey, I do feel that it will. So, and I do get the reference to he will recover quite quickly as well. So it does feel positive. Okay.
Cool. And what card I draw? Oh, look, this delay is going to irritate the heck out of me because that took a fair time for it to go back to that, and it's going to take a fair time to go to this. And that's the card that was drawn, and noticing that, I can tell almost straight away that it's too far away to see the card clearly. So that's the card, which is time. So, yes. He will take a short time to actually recover. He'll do very well with his recovery, as Leanne had already said. So I thought when I saw that pop out, pew, that answers it easy, doesn't it?
Yep. And
to undo that, we are experimenting with the way that we do this a little with the structure of organising it. So, yes, understanding that. So now I can take that one off. And we go to the next one would be Shining Star Melody. Career, please, can you see anything for me? Now, because you've stated career as the subject line, so to speak, yes, we probably can. It is a bit more specific than just saying, can you see anything for me? So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And
with that,
I'll give you that one first too. Yeah.
Thank you. With that question, I actually feel like there's multiple levels to you, honey. So to me, I don't feel like I'm just focusing on one thing. I feel like I'm focusing on 2 or 3 different things. So to me, I want to say, look where your interests sit and follow that side of it. Okay. I also feel like I've got healing hands with you because my hands are feeling really hot all of a sudden. With your energy. So whether that is part of what you're looking at doing is more the healing, the hands-on type stuff. I also feel like I want to be putting words to paper, pen to paper, and do the writing as well with you. Okay. So I wish you all the very best. I'm not getting clear direction, but I get don't just focus on one thing. It's about focusing on a couple of different things.
Yeah. And as you see those cards now, I'm not sure I will solo that one because it is just too small. Well, what I'm seeing, it is just too small on that little screen. It is the Empress, which is the card from the run of that deck. That's actually the Gilded Tarot. So that's a tarot deck, which is this one here. And the Empress, she's one of the major arcana cards. So that's actually more about you and your own power and working within that self-nurturing role too, as far as that goes. And as you'd imagine, an Empress really does have that influence out and about. So I'm actually feeling that what you've got ahead for you in your career is going to be quite a powerful role. And with the lilies, it's feeling that peace, that what direction you are going to actually take, and that is the Lenormand deck. So that's going to lead you into feeling that peace in whatever area that you're going to take up. But it feels to me like it is a position of quite a big responsibility and a powerful role. So hopefully that will help you in that arena. Now I'll drop that down again, I think. And we go to Emily next. I think, can we actually skip into the next little eye without having to close off the other one, Leanne?
Yeah, I think we can.
You've used it more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I get focused on
getting
a picture.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel yes with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just going to pull one card and I'm just going to put that up there, see what that does. Can you see that or not?
Yep.
See if that's faster doing it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the strength of the bear, and being in general, this one is written up in the guidebook as being more the mother bear in the nurturing role. So I think it's probably also indicating that you will need to actually nurture it a bit as well, but it's going to continue on as a very strong business.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say the only restrictions around it will be those that you put on yourselves. Okay. So,
and from Paula, we have did they make a loud noise when I do
not really.
Should I mute? Okay.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Is my son that I've been talking to okay health-wise? I feel he's struggling and don't know if I should go there.
I think a visit's a good idea. I don't think it's just about his health, but I think it's about the connection between the two of you as well. And you could probably do with some of that mum and son time. Okay.
Yeah. I'm feeling his health's actually reasonably good.
Yeah, I'm not getting warning bells or anything go off around that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do it that way, I think. Might be easier. When I'm back at the Mac, it's a lot easier because I've got the cameras will be set up quite well and in a static position. So the anchor is grabbing hold of that stable time, like actually spending time. I'm seeing the bird there setting free too, so that's part of what needs to be done. It's not holding on as if he needs to be at the apron strings, it's setting free as well. So, yeah, I'll go on to, it does breathing. breathing. No, I don't want to look away. I should have the photo of the tree there, I think.
Yeah,
I might feel more inclined.
What about a lovely mirror on that wall so you can reflect and see out behind you?
Well, it's a funny thing actually, because I was hearing some really loud banging and the rest, and I thought, oh no, what's?
Oops, I froze.
And he was actually moving the mirrors on the wardrobes because they were the wrong way round. There's three, those sliding wall spanny type wardrobe setups. That's what's built in. And the middle mirror was behind the two in the front. So he had to move 3 mirrors to get that corrected. So all this banging and the dog's barking, and I was only 10 minutes off starting. I think next thing the door goes, and it's the dogs were barking at someone at the door, and it was our favourite people that we like coming to the door and needing to move on because I had to get into this. And I thought, oh goodness!
It's always the timing, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. And I'll put this up now.
Thank you, Jess.
I'm actually wanting that up like that again. How did that do the switch down at the bottom? I need to be aware of that next time.
That's good. The message stayed the same.
What's that one?
The message stayed the same. We just moved up a little bit.
Oh, good. Yeah, so it doesn't change that just by doing the switch over from that to that. No.
Yeah. The camera just brings us closer.
Yeah, so shared. Thank you, Jessie. I don't think we've got that. I don't know if I've got that set up here or not. I don't know. Will I get more bookings work to make a regular income from?
I get yes, but I also get the reference to put it out to your guides what you want, have that clear picture. I always ask for what I need to be comfortable and pay my bills without being greedy, sort of thing, and give your guides the permission to go ahead and do that work on you, or do it for you, I should say. All right, so yes.
Yeah, and I've got the delay factor happening, and I just wanted to do, it's just playing with toys and buttons. So, soloing this one, and it is that close enough. I'm just going to leave it there and see what it turns up like on the iPad before I change it back. It's the fish school. So it's all the fish in the Lenormand deck is actually indicating abundance. So and that is not just in the resources, but it's also abundance in money.
Yeah.
So that's confirming that is the case, and I've got to read the question again. Yeah, the regular will happen, but it does take a little bit of doing that, working together with other people. That's why the schooling factor and getting it out there and spreading it. But it will certainly be something that happens. So good confirmation, I'm feeling there as well. Isn't it good when we have that sort of thing happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
And I think when I do the share solo, it goes back to the full screen, not the little short one. So I've actually got to physically click on that button. That's why I'm playing around with buttons, people, because I need to.
She likes playing with the buttons.
I do. I'm a gadget person.
I love it. Oh, goodness. That's very precise, isn't it? Day, month, and will I definitely pass?
So,
okay, I want to say you need to get over your nerves, honey, because I do feel that there's fear that gets in your way. So I want to say, even reading that question, I feel like you're putting doubt on yourself at the moment. So see yourself getting those P's and have that clear picture that you release to the universe with that. I actually feel like I'm looking more around August, late August sort of thing with that. So be confident in you.
I'm not doing the date thing. You're more accurate around that. I mean, I don't attempt to. It's not that I can't, but I just don't attempt to.
Yeah.
But I do get the feeling that you're going to pass, and that's a definite that you'll definitely pass. That is actually the heart card. So trust in yourself. Love what you do. Just enjoy the process of learning what you need to actually drive well, safely, with due care. All the rest that you're needing to do, you'll pass. So very easy. And the heart card's gorgeous.
It is, isn't it? And I think if you go in there going, right, I've got this, I'm confident in myself, I believe in myself, I'm going to walk out with that license in my hand at the end, you will make it happen. When you walk into that test going, oh, I don't know about this, I'm going to fail, I've failed before, that's where you're going to bring negative energy. So look at your thought process, honey. Put it out there. Own it. You've got this. No, I feel like I want to.
And it really is. Yeah, it really is doing it that way first.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be proud of you when you do get it too, hun.
Oh, yeah. If you're doing the best that you can, I'm just trying to shift whichever way I'm doing it. I was at the wrong angle. I'm playing around with what it looks like in the gadget. I'm sitting in my chair. What I feel is absolutely dead right, but I'm feeling like I'm not said the wrong way. I'm feeling like I'm leaning that way because of, and that's only because I've got my hair part of one side that does that way, and it's the wrong way.
That way.
So I'm thinking to counteract that, how do I do this? Like this?
Okay, and I'll
doing
this you
opposite. And we'll see. See, what I need to be doing is actually looking at my iPad, because it's probably at about the right angle to do this. But then there's the delay factor. I'm just looking at myself going like that now.
Well, if I turn this way on the iPad, we should both be facing each other then.
We are now.
There
yes.
We look like we're looking at each other, don't we?
Great for a chat, isn't it? But you're not there. You're there.
At least I haven't got my back to you.
Yeah, which I nearly did by doing that, isn't it? So
little things entertain us, believe me.
Oh, look, I'm told off all the time. Tony tells me off because I distract myself. I get too distracted too easily, which he's absolutely 100% right.
He needs a big stick to poke you when you're distracted.
Oh, look, I offered to do some. I offered to. Yeah, well, yeah. That's it. Yeah,
that's my drummer stick.
He knows he just knows I do it. I did some porridge for us the other day, and I sort of thought, well, you want some? Yeah. Well, I straight away put it on. I let it soak for 10 minutes. I decided to do that, and I went and did something else. So that was a legit. I was allowed to go and get distracted. But once I'd actually started cooking it, I got distracted, and you know what it's like when it gets near that edge of it's a burnt porridge. He keeps telling me I can burn anything. Yes. It's interesting. We are getting distracted. I am getting distracted. Sorry, Robin. We're answering your question. Are you on the right path with you? On the right path with your spiritual business? Oh my goodness, I'm starting to get a tummy ache. But I like laughing. Give yourself a good belly laugh. It's the best medicine ever.
I think when you're on a spiritual path, you're on the right path. It's just taking what you know and making it a business. So I'm going to say, look at your training, look at what you've got to offer. Okay.
Yes.
It's not something we just jump into. It's something we work our way into.
Yeah. That's better. I've got it right.
Perfect. Look at that.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle if I change my. Look at that. And do I look that way or do I look that way? It doesn't matter. It's the cross. Now, the cross can be anything as far as, the cross you bear, whether you're actually making it a burden or whether it's just something you're taking on as part of responsibility you want, and you're wanting to succeed at your spiritual business. It's something that instead of being a trying, it is happening. So trust in that. And that's where the cross as well is also. It's a trust factor. It's actually understanding and fully believing that what you're doing is actually, it is the truth. It is what you are meant to be doing. So take it in that stead that what you're moving with as energy is the positive of it's already happening. Yeah. So
okay. Can I just add to that? Yeah, I totally agree with that. But also, Robin, maybe take a step back and do the work on you. It's just that there seems, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, I just, there seems to be patterns where it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether it's your sewing business, your spiritual business, you're always questioning yourself. So I want to say, let go, trust and surrender, and it will flow. Mm-hmm. Because by questioning yourself, you're putting those boundaries around you, and you don't want that. All right. So I wish you all the very best with that, and I'm sure you're gonna rock it. All right.
Yep. And I just felt I needed to actually pull one of the tarot, of the Gilded Tarot. Oops, I was doing it up there, wasn't it?
Yep.
So it's 7 of Cups. Look at the abundance in those cups. But it is, there's 7 of them. I mean, which do you choose? That's where, the right time, each will be revealed as it's needed to be.
That's it.
So that's part of the puzzle. Yeah. Cool. Now, next one, is Amanda, and those who are following the comments that are underneath underneath our live video stream, whichever way you're looking at it, I'm hoping I'm doing them in the line of what's coming up. Yeah. I try not to do the flip wheel because then I know when I finish, if I get time, I'll go back and do the little readings for others after. If I get time. Beautiful. That's the luck of it.
What's that? Time. Now, honey, I get you need to let go of the past. Yes, because I get there's a lot of hurt that causes those blocks or those walls put in place. So I do feel within time. Take the time on you, do the reflection, let go. It's not about forgiving or forgetting. It's about finding peace in everything that you've been through. All right. So I wish you well with that.
And with anything that is, I'm just getting memories and what has been your experiences in the past have brought you to where you are now. And there's the wisdom in that. It's choosing what is the wisdom in where you are now with those experiences so that you can move forward for it. Yeah. You do have the awareness that you know that you've got to move forward. You're already saying that. you're wanting to let new love in. To do that, it is the finish that work on yourself that's needed to move that forward. So the thing is, you are reaching out for help. Fantastic. And feel it within that inner being self-review of the bits that you do need to take for your own healing and to move it on. So thank you for asking. Thank you very much for asking. Now I'm just going to move it carefully. Well, so I'm not sure if you actually did ask a more detailed question. Was there one that you'd actually put some more detail in later on down? Because I'm almost not going to scroll with my fat finger on the scroll wheel.
Let me have a look.
Any messages?
Well, I hear back from an old friend. Yes.
So what time? Yes. What's that?
11:13.
Right. So you've got the timestamps on the back end of that too?
Yep.
Wow. I found it. My finger scrolled well.
Well done. It's not as big as you thought it was.
No. So there, that's answered that one. That's easy. I don't feel a need to pull a card for that one. And I think exactly the same. Yes, you will.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another one. Oh, there's another one too from Lois that was a little earlier. What timestamp was that? Gee, it does get lost in the timeline, doesn't it? Mum sits surrounded by beautiful butterflies. Is that her trying to send me messages?
Yes.
Oh,
so then you know she's around you, honey. So I always say to people, when you see the signs from spirit, where your mind goes first of all, and the fact that that's where your mind has gone, yes, I get that. All right. I do feel there's a lot of love and a lot of pride that comes through from her at the same time. All right. So you got a beautiful smile like your mum. Okay.
We did we do a question that was from Shining Star? We did, didn't we?
Yes.
We've already done that one. Yeah. Terry. Oh, my system's just gone slow again.
I know. What was Terry's question?
Yeah, it's, will this flu go away? And I'm just laughing and thinking, every flu goes away eventually in some form or another. Yes.
I actually feel like you might need some vitamins or something, honey, to help you along that way, along that lines. Okay. Move things a bit
Sometimes
quicker.
It does mean going just that extra step with other things.
That's it. Actually,
Robin was
talking about that, Tony. Tomorrow, if you don't mind me mentioning, Ros, tomorrow,
no, I don't mind.
Fingers crossed, we have the incredible Don Tolman on at 10 a.m. our time, Adelaide time. So I've spoken to him this morning. I have gone, you got a me here? So I think it's the last time he had an emergency. So he is like a whole food advisor. So he may get on and ask a question. He may be able to give you some foods that you can look at to help you move that side of it. All right.
Yeah, exactly. He really has some wonderful information. I'm not a raw foodie myself.
No, me either.
It's fine for those that really enjoy that pattern of eating and living, but it does really emphasise the food as your medicine. I 100% believe that, as far as with what we can do for ourselves.
Definitely.
Just watching, I think it was a little video that Theone had done, or for the Weber. And Gabrielle was someone who's been in the Amazon and really done those medicines, that medicine path. Fantastic information, and it's what we put into our bodies. I'm just bringing up Jodie's comment there because it's any guidance for me, please. That's another one of the really brief ones, and I'm just going to skip past those just to remind people, please put more detail in it. And here we've got Nita too, who's saying hi. I mean, I know that we've shown that up.
Hey, honey.
Wanting guidance as well. So, but more detail. It is easier to just answer them as we're going past as well. Yep. So, thank you, Rachel, too, for, I presume that's is that what's called tagging, when you put someone else's name there?
I think so,
and, sending a message type thing. Thank you for tagging friends as well.
Just one little clue with that, though, unless they are a fan of the page or a follower of the page, I should say, you need to put the @ symbol and then type their name without any gaps between the @ symbol, like the control 2, and then their first letter. Yeah. So
okay. Yeah. So we're the Elaine That's an interesting spelling of a name. So we're the Elaine.
Yep.
And then it'll be a double E, triple E there, LSZ after the at.
So if they hold the shift and the number 2 down, you get that little at symbol. And then type Elaine without a gap between it. That will actually tag them. So when you tag, it should actually light their name up.
Okay, because what I'm seeing looks like it's bold, but that's not enough to be the proper tag. Is that what you're saying? This is a good lesson. It's something I'm learning.
I've taught my mum well on this lately. She's been tagging people. Hey, Mum, I know you're there watching.
At 10:50, Leanne.
Let me have a look.
And it's Rachel Derwin's message.
No, that's not highlighted. So, no.
So if I brought it up then.
Can I?
Because I didn't know that.
I can't type in the comments. I was going to tag you in that to show you, but I can't type.
So I can. Yep. So if I do at Leanne, hang on, Leanne Winston.
Yep. And then just hit enter.
Like this as a tag thingy. That's conversational. I can send that, and is that what we do? And I'll go down to the bottom and find out what it did.
Waiting for it to come up.
I can't hear, can I? Because I'm on I'm in the back end.
Yes, you can put the gap between Leanne and Winston, though. It's just the gap can't be between the at symbol and the first letter.
Oh, okay. So has that still tagged you, or it hasn't?
I don't think it has. No.
Okay.
If you've done it with a gap between my first name and my last name, and you missed the A in Leanne.
Hang on. It's LEEANNE.
Yep. Winston.
Does it have to be here is your name? Did that work?
So, guys, just to clarify, when I'm working, I drop an E in Leanne Winston. And yes, that's better.
That's to your person.
That's to my personal name. So my birth name has the double E in that. When I'm working, I've dropped an E because it balances it with the numerology side of it. Okay.
I know we did that with the numerology class.
We'll blame Barbara for that.
We will, because that's when I went for that stint at Birdwood, and we put the A in front so it balanced the number of the house.
And I did that on my shop. I have a little white texter and put a B. I think I had to put on that to balance the number of the top.
And do you know what? I couldn't actually erase the little A from next to that number on the wall. So hopefully they don't mind. It's good energy in the house now.
I should go past the shop and see if that's still got the B on it, because I think I used a permanent marker for that.
Oh, yeah.
It's only tiny.
It instills, so was the little A. It still instills that permanent energy there for all future residents or users of that location.
That's it.
I've so totally lost track of where we got to.
Somebody tagged a friend. 10:50.
10:50. Oh, gee.
We are.
I haven't even caught up for half an hour. Yeah. Well, that's the way that it rolls here. It's what happens.
It so is.
So 10:50.
My favourite saying
is taking a bit of time.
My favourite saying lately is "What will be, will be." My other one is "There's enough people to go around, but what will be, will be."
Well, that's the Doris Day song, Que Sera, isn't it?
Exactly.
Do you want to sing? Que Sera, Sera.
More the singer than I am. I was tempted there for a split second.
We're going to lose followers.
Yeah, especially if I sing. You're fine. You've practiced.
Oh, dear me. Well, I don't practice enough, actually. But, yes, I'd like to get back to it. So, we've got Karen here.
I do, honey.
My son's father's around me, please. Yeah.
I get that you feel that presence, honey, so trust it. Don't question it, just trust it. All right?
Yeah, I agree. I think, oops, now I've gone the wrong way. So this is going to be a little bit random just to finish off. Josephine, like to know. Hi. Would like to know, will I get a new job soon? If I do, when and what industry? Oh, know what industry you want to go into.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling you already know.
Yeah, that not questioning it is the reference I get there too. So, and I do feel that you'd be really good at it. I actually feel like October is significance around you as well, honey. And when you put the 9 and 1 together, you've got the 10.
Yeah, exactly. And that then starts on the new cycle of the 1, because you reduce it down to even further as just the 1 with the numerology too. So the new cycle, yes, you're going to get a new job. I'm actually feeling, the tower actually can represent government influence and that sort of area with business. So you already know where you're going. That's just what I'm feeling so definitely. You already know where you're going, what industry. So trust it and build on that. Yeah. And we've got another one that's work related with Stacey wanting to know what we see that we're, what? Oh, God.
Oh, you got my English
that's
issues.
That's the reflection time again. What do you see happening with husband's work?
I get the feeling things will pick up, honey. So to me, I get the reference to things have sort of slowed down. There is that uncertainty at the moment, but I do feel that things will settle and be okay. All right.
Yeah, and actually get confirmation in writing around that.
Yeah.
So there's something that's going to really confirm and solidify in his work that's going to help him to feel confident.
Yeah. Ros,
yes.
I'm just noticing there's some feedback. Excuse me, Amanda 1122 is just giving us some feedback.
So that's the one that's thank you, ladies. Amazing.
Yeah.
We're amazing.
You're amazing.
Yeah. And so is every one of you.
Yeah, exactly. But we do appreciate your feedback as well. There was another one.
Look
I've
at
lost
Cookie.
it now.
Look who's here.
Hey, Mummy.
Hi, Mum.
I shouldn't say Mummy. She'll think I'm sucking up. She's keeping an eye on us.
I love it. Love your mum.
Yeah,
and
she's gorgeous.
Carlia saying, hello, ladies. I had to make the hardest decision to put my fur baby to sleep on Sunday. I'm so lost and broken. Is she okay now?
Yeah, honey, I feel straight away she's very much at peace. And I do get the reference to, the time. It was the timing to do that as well. So I send you a very big loving hug and lots of healing energy. But I do get the reference to allow yourself to grieve, because when the time is right, you're going to feel your fur baby around you in spirit. Okay?
It was one of the, I can feel for you with that. It was one of the things that I had happen with, it wasn't actually having to have her put to sleep or anything. It was, I was out hanging clothes on a clothesline at Meningie, and we were a week off having the yarding, like the fencing put in. And the house when I was living there, it was actually opposite where our workspace was, but it was, opposite sides of the Prince's Highway. So it's the main highway that goes through. And I was just hanging her clothes. Molly was a little Pomeranian I had at the time. She was at my feet, and next thing I looked up and I heard something, and it was an instant. So, but it's one of those, really sad at the time. It was an instant death. She was hit by a truck going through. Not squished or anything. She was just hit, killed instantly. And I ran over and picked her up, and it was just the most beautiful smile on her face, because she was going to see someone, the other dogs across the road, because Harvey had the dogs over there. But it was the most amazing thing. Only about a week later, I actually had her visiting in spirit on my bed.
Yeah.
So I knew straight away she was fine.
She was at peace.
So I know it was just that perfect moment, as much as it really hurt and I grieved about that at the time. It was only the week, but it was sort of like when the fence was due to go in, it still went in at the time that we organised it and everything. It was then she said, look, I'm okay. She was on the bed. It was just such a clear picture of seeing her with a beautiful, happy smile. And she actually communicated to me I'd have another dog soon, and I'd name it Peanuts. And now who names a dog Peanuts?
You do.
And I did. Yeah, and she's at my feet now, and she's getting a bit antsy, just wanting to probably get out the door because I shut it so the other dog wouldn't come in and they'd play because they're noisy. So it's just wonderful to actually have the experience of our fur babies and know that love's legit as much as what we share with other people.
Yeah.
And just continue on with that love. And yes, grief does take a bit of time. Take what you need to, and be open to another fur baby showing up for you in your life.
That's right. And at the same time, that's their journey as well. You know, we all use our journey, whether we're human or animal, whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And I did just look at the time and thinking, well, Peanuts is probably ready to want to go.
That's why he's getting restless.
Yeah. So we might need to leave it there. Other things to do in their days. You've got more skins to prepare.
I've got a couple of clients as well. I noticed there's a message. They're wondering if they could come early, so I've got to reply to that as well.
So is there anything you want to quickly finish on?
No, just join in tomorrow morning, 10:30 at 10 o'clock our time. It's 10:30 Don's time in Queensland, and feel free to ask questions on health, food, and that side of it as well. So, and I'll be back tonight.
MyTimeTV.live as well.
Yes, it's already been broadcast. You'll see a big picture of a cowboy hat and the big beard, so you know you got the right post when you see that. So Don is amazing. Yep.
Great information, lovely man. So please try to make the time.
Yeah.
I will be, as much as I can possibly be, in control of my time that is non-existent. Oh, that way. Thanks, Leanne.
I love it. Thank you, Ros. Thank you, everybody. Actually,
time together to the audience, the people who are with us.
Yeah. I did want to just say, sorry, I did notice a couple of people are feeling a bit lost and up in the air at the moment. Breathe, ground yourself, and just take that moment, and things will work out.
Okay. Look at those trees.
Exactly.
Ground yourself.
It's a tree's the wall.
Taking that time instead of being in the head. Put your focus with the breaths, move it through into Mother Earth. In that process of moving it through to Mother Earth, connect with the heart. It can be as easy as that. Don't let anybody tell you it's a complicated process. It ain't.
It's only as complicated as you want to make it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you for being with us. Share it all around, whoever you feel needs to watch the replay or join with us again next week. It is Tuesdays, 10:30. Here on mytimetv.live or whatever time it is in your time zone. And we look forward to next week and especially to tomorrow for Don's interview. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye.
Bye, everyone.